What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, I've got a teeny tiny game for you that's you surviving in the zombie apocalypse with a whole bunch of Tarkov weapon modding type things folded on into it, called Wasteland Travelers. Now, a little bit of a warning at the beginning of this video. I think there is a lot of work left to be done on this game in order to get it into a shape where it can compete with all the other plethora, the huge horde, the loads and loads of zombie games. You're going to find out this week. I actually got a bunch of zombie games in my inbox, so it's going to be a zombie type week with lots of moaning and shambling and grunting, and that's just before I get breakfast. But anyways, this one is on the earlier end. I definitely think there's some modifications that need to be made in order for this game to actually pop, but the art team did such a great job with this title that I did want to give them props and give them a video for that. So today we're going to play the game for about 30 minutes. We're going to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list and keep an eye on, or if it's one of those games that you wanted to give a big ol' pass to. If after watching this you did want to play Wasteland Travelers, I've got a link for you down below in the description. You can check that out there. On top of that, you can also slide down there for a whole bunch of Nerd Castle links that'll get you into the Discord or the Patreon or any of that kind of fun stuff. But let's go ahead and start the game off because we've got limited time. I like that the main character's name is Matt. That makes me happy. That lines up. That helps me get nice and immersed. So at the beginning of the game, here we are with a little guy at the bottom of the screen. There's no zooming in or zooming out. In fact, the game handles its own automatic camera depending on where you're at, but we'll want to get low. So I'm going to put myself in sneaky mode and hide behind something because this game isn't really tutorialized. You can get mangled like right in the first 4 or 5 seconds while you're still trying to figure out the controls. So I do think that a big tutorial for this game is definitely going to be necessary as time goes forward. But with my knife equipped, we haven't really started out with that much equipment. It looks like we've got some pemmican that's wrapped up inside of a box right here, and we've got a bottle of water because obviously we've got survival mechanics going on here. We do have a zombie on this side. I don't know if I can get to him in sneaky mode to take him out before he wakes up. And the zombies do have really good eyesight. Oh, I think he done seen me. I think he done seen me. Yeah, he looks like he's active right now. All right, well, this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky. So I'm just going to stab him in the head. Oh, I got clawed. I'm going to stab him in the head a couple times, and he's going to fall over dead. We might have to give it a minute to get a little bit of HP back, but he dropped a couple of items right there. Controls in this game are a little bit odd. You're going to have to, like, fiddle with it a little bit to figure out how to play the game because everything interacts through, like, a right click instead of a left click. And then on top of that, a lot of things are, like, contextually activated by mousing over them and hitting F or hitting another key. I need to get around behind this zombie right here that's wandering around. Let me see if I can get behind him and assassinate him. There we go. Got him nice and assassinated. So he's been taken down. All of these guys drop a thing called packs. I don't know what it's for. It says we got to take it every single day, so I'm assuming it's some kind of Dead Rising Zombrex type pill that makes you immune. But with what we have on us right now, we've got some cigarettes, we've got some very light clothing that's falling apart and gives us no armor bonus and no benefit. So we do need to get out here and loot. So let's dive on in, and over here it looks like we've got ourselves some beer and we've got a Snickers bar. Okay, I'll grab the Snickers bar, and then we need to like sneak up on some of these medical tents and see what we can retrieve. So there is a zombie right there. I'm trying to stay around the corner so that I get the silhouette. Oh, there's 2 of them in there. That sounds like a terrible idea. Let's just not fiddle with that then. What about this guy over here? It looks like there's a zombie inside of here. It also looks like there's a sweet-ass weapon crate inside of there, so maybe I'll try to get on that, but I need him to turn around first. All right, he's turned around. Let's get in here. There we go. I think you actually stealth assassinate zombies on the first hit every single time because those military zombies right there, those dudes take an insane amount of punishment if you try to fight them from the front. Like, I've seen these guys soak like 20 bullets from a gun. I've stabbed them over and over and over again with a knife or like bludgeoned them with a crowbar, and they just do not go down. Let's go ahead and get ourselves blessed by the chest over here. We've got ourselves, what do we have here? We've got a oh God, what's happening? Okay, all right, I didn't see you. Oh, that hit me, huh? Okay, let's back up, stay off it. Is he down yet? I'm going to come out to a wider open area. There we go. He bled out on us. Our HP, unfortunately, is not super awesome right now. I'm guessing it was the one that was kind of hovering around the doorway of that building right there. The game does not pause, as you may have noticed when you're going through and looting stuff. But back to our chest, we've got ourselves some night vision goggles. We've got ourselves a suppressor that's just made out of an oil filter from a car. It looks like we've got an RMR scope. We've got a number of bullets over here that are going to be going to it looks like an AKM, and then on this side, we've also got Mosin rounds, or something for like the SVD. We've got some shotgun shells over here, but it's just birdshot. So birdshot's going to be a little bit less helpful against zombies, because those are some pretty tiny pellets, unless we like walk up and put the barrel to his head. Over here, it looks like we've got Parabellum. That's good. That will actually go with our G17. The grenades I'll take, but I don't know how to use them. It looks like we've got an M-Lock handguard for a Mossberg shotgun, which might be nice to have. And then a battery for our night vision. So I'm going to put the night vision on real quick, and then I'm going to load the batteries up inside of there. We're not going to be using any of that just yet, but once it starts to get dark, we will be thankful that we have it. Let's go ahead and slow down for a second. The game has multiple different movement modes that you are going to have to get appraised with. So there's like, if you hit shift, it'll swap you between walk and run. And then if you press the C key, it'll put you into stealth mode, which is how you do the stealth takedowns. This guy's not facing properly, so I've just got to like sit here and I've got to wait until he gives us his back. That way I can, lobotomize his brains out a little bit with my ice pick. All right, we got him now. After a lot of waiting, I think we can get him. There we go. We dropped that zombie right there, so we're looking good. We've got our SOCOM goggles on, dude. We're all J-socked out. It's time for us to get some loot inside of here, though. So he dropped some packs. He also dropped 5 drams of drinking water, which will be helpful, because my drinking meter up at the top left is getting a little bit low. I haven't figured out exactly how health regeneration works just yet, but I'm guessing it functions based on you not having a whole lot of status effects like chili and whatnot, because once I had a whole bunch of gear and all that kind of stuff, if I sat around for a little bit, my health would like slowly come back. These lockers are not going to be accessible, but we do have a safe, so let's check the safe real quick and see if there's anything worth mentioning inside of there. So we've got bottles of whiskey. It looks like we've also got an XT med kit. That might be helpful. Definitely grab that. It looks like we've got some 9mm armor-piercing ammo right there. A little bit of a Spitzer tip on it, and then we've got an actual proper Glock suppressor that allows us to build the iconic RoboCop Glock. So let's do that real fast. I'm going to take our Glock and I'm going to put it in our pistol slot. Now that it's in there, we are going to put the RoboGlock suppressor on it. I love the way these little models actually adjust and change with like an overlapping sprite based on the way that you put the parts on. We're going to put the RMR sight on it. That gives us a better chance of hitting. And then I can't tell. It looks like we can actually slap a foregrip on that because it's got a rail on it. I don't know why you would need a foregrip for a Glock. I suppose maybe if you had like the extendo stock on it, that would be when you want to do it, because there is a stock slot. Okay, let's break out the Glock real fast, and let's load some bullets inside of it. There we go. We've got bullets. It's not a lot, but we've got something. I haven't figured out how to cycle through different types of rounds just yet, but since we've actually got the gun reloaded, we should be able to take down some of the big boomers and whatnot without having too many problems, because this game does lean into special infected type tropes. All right, this guy's ready to get got. There we go. We took him down. Another zombie taken out. Now we've got some cigarettes for our trouble. Looks like we lined ourselves up with some 8.55 ammo, and also looks like we've got ourselves some BP rounds right there for AKM. We've got some track pants on this side. That might help. Our clothes right now are pretty much destroyed. The durability are the little pips that's on the clothing, and that's why we're cold at the moment, is because after that gunfight we had in the opening cinematic, I didn't do voice acting for it because like we were inside the first minute and a half of the video, and if there's any profanity inside the first minute and a half of a video, YouTube demonetizes it. But we do have a Mossberg pistol grip pump on our lap at all times. There she is. All right, let's slap that on there real fast because that's railed. We should be able to put an M-Lock grip on that thing at some point. I don't know if they're going to get... Oh, you can. You can get like some kind of compensator or suppressor for your shotgun too, so that you can do the No Country for Old Men thing. I am going to run this medkit real quick. Oh, the medkit actually breaks open into stuff that's inside of it. So we've got a stimulant that gives you speed. Looks like we've got a sterilized bandage for bleeding. Okay, let me get a little bit more water inside of me. If you're wondering how to interact with your items, you just mouse over them and you press F. The entire game kind of follows that trope, and it took me a while to figure out how to use stuff. We've also got some sort of busted shoes over here, but we're not even wearing shoes right now, so I'll throw those on real quick. And then I don't see anything else laying around. I don't know if the game has like a mode where you can hold down a key and it highlights all the items that are in the area, but I would like to see something like that, sort of like Diablo style. We already got everything in the safe inside of here, so let's break out the Glock real fast in case we've got any more aggressors on this side. And we're almost done clearing out this row of buildings. How many zombies do we have in here? One? None? Many? I actually don't see a zombie in here, so I think we might be clear. Let's close the door behind us, though, so that we don't get line-of-sighted like we did in that first building. Lose all of our health one more time. Inside the lockers, it looks like we've got a little bit more BP ammo, so that'll be good if we ever find anything that can actually spit it, dude. We just need to find an appropriate spit'ems first, and then we'll be good to go. Is there anything down here in this, like, little toilet area? Oh, no. I fired my gun, but this guy spits at us, so we gotta kind of like dodge his bullets. He does like these little radioactive things. There we go. He should blow up. There we go. But my health isn't looking so great right now. We're looking pretty busted up and wounded. I've had a couple of unfortunate mishaps out here in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. All right, guns all loaded up. We should be looking solid there. We do have one zombie left to deal with inside of this building, but there is a finished tracksuit inside of there that I think will get our temperature up. That way we can kind of like heal up. You go stealth mode. Get him. There we go. Stick him nice and strong. We've got some hardtack. That doesn't sound appetizing. One time when I was in like elementary school, our teacher made hardtack and brought it in because we were studying like the explorers and like all the guys that like came to America and found the place or whatever. And they ate hardtack on the boats, dude. And hardtack, one of those things that you're kind of like, all right, like I don't see myself really like eating this a whole ton, but we got a backpack. That's good. That'll bring our weight down. We also got a tracksuit top. That should help us out a little bit. We got some nicer boots, and so hopefully we can get our temperature back down. I have ibuprofen, so I could use that to get my pain status effect off. So there we go. Let's see if we can diminish the pain status effect for a minute. Pain status effect is gone, but our health remains low. So unfortunately, we're going to have to figure out a way to fix that. I think I'm going to break out the Mossberg for a minute, but it is kind of dark right now, so I guess I can show you. We will run our night vision real fast. It's going to mess up our peripherals a little bit because these are just civilian night vision, so they're used for like hunting and things of that nature. So we're not going to be able to see super far out, but we do have a military zombie over here. It's going to have to be dealt with before too long. Let me reload the shotgun as well. It had a couple of shells in it, but that might not be enough. I need this guy to go, though. This guy's a liability. There we go. Military zombie down, and look at that. He dropped me some corned beef, so that should be nice to have. Pain's still rearing its ugly head, unfortunately, and our regeneration hasn't quite kicked in yet, largely because we don't have, like, good clothing yet. But we got another zombie down here we can ace, so let's get rid of him so that we don't walk into any booby traps or have any problems. You can't open up the back of the cars. One of those things that I discovered while I was fiddling around. Sometimes there's items inside of them, but they have to be rotated a specific way. Otherwise, you can't really interact with them. We got some bandit pants. I mean, they're in pretty good shape. I think I could get down with that. Yeah, let's put the bandit pants on. I don't like running my equipment stack like while I'm in the middle. Okay, so there's a zombie inside of here. I don't like swapping my equipment when I'm not inside of a building with like a door closed behind me. Feels like it always backfires on me. Close that door right there. He's got cigarettes on him. Weirdly enough, cigarettes did not kill that guy. The zombie apocalypse did. We've also got a worker's suit over here. All right, let's get the worker's jacket real quick. Maybe that'll warm us up ever so slightly. Oh, our health is going back up. Okay, we just had to get ourselves into some better clothing. So yeah, you've got to have all of your meters satisfied from like water to food to your temperature as well. I'm just gonna let myself regenerate so that we don't die horribly. It'll also help us get through the night, so that'll be good. Fun factoid, I could put the oil filter silencer on my shotgun, so I'm kind of interested in seeing how that affects things. Like, will we get that really, really awesome like thwump noise that a silent shotgun makes? I don't know. Hard to say, but let's kick these night visions back on. And then we'll see what we got going on out here. There's a spitter out here for sure. I saw him. Get behind something. Zombie right there. There we go. He's down. I got a thumb in a couple more shells. We got to keep it frosty out here. We're probably going to get more friends and visitors, too. He's about to explode. Yep, we're good right there. All right, so we got everything knocked out. Let's grab the goodies off the ground. Is there a zombie in here? There is no zombie in here, but we do have ourselves a nice little MP5, which may be preferable to fooling around with our Glock. Unfortunately, I don't know how to unload the Glock. So I don't have any extra parabellum laying around that it could make use of. However, I suppose what we could do is we could cannibalize the shotgun in order to get the MP5 in. And then we'll put that on there. I'd like to have a better melee weapon, too, because our knife is pretty shredded right now. It doesn't look like it's got a whole lot left going for it. I'll hold on to as many shotgun shells as I can. How many rounds did they give me inside the MP5? Oh, it's fully loaded. Good. It does come with semi and auto mode, although the original MP5, I don't know if later revisions got rid of it, but it should have a burst fire switch on the in-between it if it's like a 1980s MP5. We've got another bulletproof plate over here. It's only level 2, so, like, it'll stop pistol rounds. It's not going to stop much more than that. Everything else is going to go through it like a hot knife through butter. We got a couple of easy meal containers over there, and then that's my bayonet that I threw on the ground. Do a little inventory cleanup, grab ourselves a little snack, kind of see what we can do out here. So limited on my line of sight right now. There's nothing further down to the south. I wonder if this truck's got anything good inside. Have you got anything inside this truck? No? All right, let's carry on into the woods over on this side and just kind of keep our heads on a swivel. Looks like there's an entrenching shovel right there. I could get down on that. Oh, my batteries ran out on my MVGs. Okay, throw another one in there. And then maybe kick those on so I can see a little bit better. I'd prefer not to use my ammo against zombies. And the good news is their awareness is really, really reduced at night. Like, they don't see quite as well. So I should be able... Yeah, oh, he didn't die. That's not great. He was supposed to die. He did not die. There we go. Second smack got him. Honestly, one of the biggest problems I see with this game is just that the combat is clunky. So, like, let me show you how long it takes me to swing my weapon. I'm going to say click at the moment that I click, and you can time it out. So, click. That's how long an attack takes right there. Almost like a full second. They really need to smooth out the melee action in this game and make the main character better to play. Right now, I like the vibe that they have going on when it comes to the graphics and the way that the game appears. But the downside to that is the game just doesn't feel super good to play right now. And the control scheme is kind of all over the place and feels a little bit confused and outdated. Oh, we got another zombie over here. Hold on, break out a gun. Well, maybe I don't need a gun. I don't know if I need a gun for this. I mean, he's dead now. They did do a good selection when it comes to, like, the sound effects they decided to make guns make, so that's good, though. Like, the guns feel really, really satisfying to shoot. Not in terms of, like, feel, but in terms of sound, anyways. I think what the developers should probably do is they probably need to go just, like, play Zero Sievert and, like, fiddle around with some of the other games that are doing this kind of idea. And just see all of the little details that those games have in order to make the scoot and shoot gunplay feel a little bit better. We've got empty water bottles. We've got an irradiated banana. It has been irradiated and sealed. Is that a real thing? Do they irradiate bananas out here? Have I been eating radiation with my face my entire life? Listen, I'm a big banana eater. I like eating bananas. I think bananas are a fantastic fruit. I like them kind of green. That means that people generally disagree with my banana opinions because, like, a fully yellow banana, way too sweet for me. I don't like it. I like bananas when they're green and they got a little bit of tang to them. Like, they got a little bit of that, like, plant flavor on the back end when you exhale after you, like, swallow. Like, I like them like that. Let me see if I can assassinate this guy. Okay, we assassinated him. I think these guys normally explode if you don't assassinate them, but without having full color, I can't really tell. Like, we're in night vision mode right now, and so, like, it's hard to tell. What's going on with my night vision right now? Is the sun going to come up at any point? Oh, it is. Nice. Okay, so I don't have to run that quite as aggressive. Can I check through these windows? That's another detail. Let the player look inside of a building by looking through a window. We can kind of do, like, a keyhole thing right here. I think I can get this guy before he starts moving again. Oh, he didn't die. We kind of have a problem. I'm going to smack him, and then I'm going to run away. That's how I do it in real life, too. Smack him and whoop, 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 run away. Swing at me. There's no dodge move in this game, so, like, it can be a little bit of a challenge to time out the hits. However, you can animation cancel your swing by pressing any movement key if you want to, which can be nice too for like fainting out the enemy. But the general feel of this game that I get right now is that this game kind of plays like a game that was made in RPG Maker. It's very, very stiff, and I think that stiffness is going to be a big liability for this game until they can get it sorted out. Like, the stiffness, I think, is what's going to keep most people from playing it. Aw, dude, he's also going to soak my hit. All right, I timed that one out, and he's dead now. Let's move upwards. And do we have the whole dining hall cleared out? Good, because I'm hungry, and I like food. Can I get inside this door right here? No. Irradiated apple, a diary. All right, let's grab the diary. We'll grab the Snickers bar. We'll grab the H2O water, and then we got beer cans over there. What does the diary say? It looks like it's a treatise on how to learn to shoot properly. It looks like it's a walkthrough of something called the Mozambique drill. I don't know what that is. I'm not a big gun shooty guy. I own guns. I grew up hunting and shooting, but not so much anymore now that I'm older. If I can sneak up on this zombie, that would be the ideal play. Oh, he didn't die. There we go. Got that one too. There's another one across the street. Was that a military zombie or just like a normal one? Looks like a normal one. All right, I think I can handle a normal zombie. You just got to... Oh, hold on. We got another one of these guys right here. Some zombies, you ain't got to shoot all zombies. But some zombies, you just got to shoot. And I think the guys in the little hazmat suits tend to be the ones that I always want to shoot. I'm out of ammo, and there's nothing to reload with here. So, we're going to have to drop him the old-fashioned way. Let him explode. I think these guys are exploders, too. Let me get my crowbar back out. Oh, he saw me. Okay, I'm going to need a gun for this one. There we go. We got him. He's taken out. A tasteful amount of screen jitter right there, too, when you shoot at enemies. Not too much. I'm not a massive fan of any kind of screen shake, but it's just like a little bit to show that the gun's actually, like, popping off around and being percussive. What do these guys have on them? Just a bunch more packs and... Oh, pemmican, that's nice. At some point, I'm going to get hungry, and when I get hungry, I'm going to want to eat. All right, we're doing this thing? Let's do this thing, brother. I'm ready for you. I'm going to smack you up, smack you up. Down he goes, and let's carry on northwards. I don't see anything too... I mean, I guess we already cleared out this building, right? Yeah, I was going to say, all the zombies look like they came through there. We got some kind of ice chest on this side. What's in it? Cigarettes, couple of cans of coffee. It looks like some packs. Okay. Nothing that, like, really, really tickles my jimmies and gets me excited. NVG battery might be nice, though. Let's eat off one of these apples real quick. That apple is doing, like, nothing for my satiety and thirst. It helped out a little bit with the canned beef, but... Ideally, I'd also like to clear out my inventory. Got a little bit of water right there. Hit that water, too, dude. We can throw out the water bottles. You can use them as noisemakers, but I haven't played around with the system yet because, like, the stealth is so rudimentary that I figured the extra accompaniment that goes along with it is probably going to be a little bit wonked out, too. All right, shotgun. I need you. We're going into whatever this big-ass building is over here. Looks like this building's already nice and rattled up, so the zombies appear to already be aware of me. If I can pull one out, that would be a good situation. Oh, we got a military zombie in there. Oh, he's an exploder. Okay, that hurt. I'm just gonna point blank you the best I can. Yeah, we'll just slam fire this bad boy. Let me get my crowbar out. And there we go. We solved the problem. He's got a med kit. Let's break that open now to see what we get inside of it. So we've got an IV right here. I had a buddy when I was like in my early 20s that was a lifesaver. He was a medic in the Army, like a combat medic. But one nice thing about him being a combat medic is that he always had tons of IVs around. And so if we got too drunk like the night before and we woke up the next day and we're super hungover, he would just hook us all up to IVs. He was totally cool with it. You hooked up to a... Dude, nothing fixes a hangover like an IV, bro. That's like the next level genius strategy right there for getting rid of a hangover. You get hooked up to an IV for a little bit and, man, you feel right as rain the second that thing's done draining. I had no idea. That's one of those little things that I learned. And we got some easy meals inside of here. What else do we have going on? We've got another IV bag. It looks like we've got a med bag over here that we can loot. It's got a splint, and it's got some packs inside of it. I've never broken a limb in this game. So I guess I'll just watch out for broken limbs. What is that, like an airdrop, or is that just like a flipped over Hesco? I don't know what that is. What is this over here? Like a livestock truck, maybe? Oh, God. Okay. Oh, he's shooting. Get my pump. Okay, bandit's down, but I've definitely been shot a little bit. I think I can take him without supplementary weapons. I don't want him to die on top of that other body, though, because I want to loot this guy. What's he got? Oh, you got the goodies over here. All right, so he's got CPC armor. You can insert 2 bulletproof plates into it. I've been leaving bulletproof plates laying around everywhere, so I'm definitely going to add some plates on in there, but our loadout's getting a little bit heavy. He's got a backpack that carries an amazing amount of loot. I like that. My inventory didn't... Oh, it did. You can scroll. Oh, my goodness. You should probably add pips or something over here inside this blank area. Like I said, work in progress. Like the UI, clunky and difficult to deal with. The combat, clunky and difficult to deal with. But the game is just so beautiful, dude. It's such a good-looking, like, zombie survival game. So if they can get that sorted out, dude, I believe. So he's got a bomber jacket over here. I shot a bunch of holes in it, so I wouldn't be... Oh, he's got an AK-74. Hell yeah. How much AK-74 ammo am I sitting on? So I've got 17 rounds of armor piercing for it. And I think that's about the best I can do right now. Oh, he's got steel core ammo right there. I'll take that. Some hardtack and some other goodies laying around. A little bit of packs to keep himself alive for another week. I do have a med kit. My weight's looking okay, so I'm fine with, like, stocking up on this stuff. Maybe I'll keep the backpack in case this one tears at some point. I don't know if it's going to do like a Quasimorph thing. One of the coolest details I ever saw in like a zombie-style game was in Quasimorph, how if your backpack gets to low durability, there's a baseline chance that it'll drop an item that's inside of it every single time you take a step. I always really, really liked that detail. I always thought that was cool. Dead guy over here. Is this like a full-on bandit camp on this side? Like, am I going to get shot at more? Well, he got some kind of chest over on this side. That was loud. Did I snap that off that with my crowbar? That's cool. That's a nice little interaction. It had a big lock on it. All right, so we've got an RK1 foregrip right there. We've got an AK handguard that kind of looks like, I don't know, a B11 for like a AKS, but like I don't think that's what it is. Either way, we'll grab the pistol grip that looks like it's an A2. I think A2 grips go on M4s. Tarkov information really coming through stock right now, dude. It's really helping out. What are the... Oh, slugs. Nice, dude. And then we've also got a 30-round magazine for an AKM. Okay, all right. And we've got some Parabellum right there, which is good. We've got some Mosin ammo right there. That thing will shoot through like a car. Like Mosin 7N1 ammo, you could actually like blast out the engine block with that thing. We've got 855A1, which is for an M4 or for like a SCAR or any other 5.56 gun you can find. A stun grenade might be useful. I don't know. I haven't played around with grenades at all in this game. I don't know if grenades, like, do they go on my hotbar? Where do grenades go? I think for now, let's put on the AK. It's actually already got the upgraded grip, so that's good. That means I should be able to slap a foregrip on it. I don't think that'll go on there. Yeah, that won't. That's a SOP mod stock. Does this have a buffer tube on it? I have questions. Oh, it does. Cool. It automatically swapped out the buffer tube. Hell yeah. Okay, I would like to see some kind of stat display or something telling you how your gun is getting better or worse, though, when you put this stuff on it. From that, we'll take the RMR off of there. Oh, the RMR doesn't want to actually go onto the AK. Okay, that's fine. Break open the med kit, kind of see what we get. I'm guessing we got more IV fluid because I didn't see any new things pop into my inventory. Let's take our AK real fast. Let's load this bad boy up with a couple of rounds. It looks like it already had 3 inside of it. He's also got a med box over here. Anything good inside the med box? We got bandages. I won't turn down bandages. You never know when you're going to be bleeding, man. Med kit, some more painkillers. I could definitely get up on some painkillers. That'll be good. Items in this game, I haven't figured out a way to quick loot stuff. You know, in some games you can shift click and it just goes to your inventory and auto stacks. I haven't found that feature yet in this game. And so, like I said, lots of UI, lots of quality of life work to be done here, lots of things that need to be polished, smoothed out, and made to feel a lot more pleasant to interact with. But Jesus, dude, look at the visuals that they gave this game. It just looks so good. I kind of had to cover it and give my two bits for what they need to do in order to fix up the game and get it into like functioning competition with all the other games of this type, because you know, I think with this graphical tile set and the way that the game looks, if they can get this game playing smoothly and feeling good by comparison to all the other zombie apocalypse games out there, I think they're going to be in really, really good shape. Like, there's something to build on here. It's just that between trying to figure out how everything works... Ooh, nice. We got a 4X right there. How's the 4X work? Can I throw... Oh, I don't have a dust cover. That's the problem. I didn't notice. This thing was missing a dust cover. What about this one? Does it have a dust cover? It does, and this one right here has a little PSO scope going on too. Okay, so let's cannibalize this guy so that we can put this back over here. We'll throw the dust cover on it. Now that we have the dust cover, we should be able to mount the 4X, and then I think we're in pretty good shape. I think they're using a Tactica Tula 1000 on there. Tactica Tula 1000, it's like a, well... It actually might be a dog leg. It looks like a dog leg to me because it's got the ridge right there. So I think it's probably got an integrated rail, but there's a TT1000 Tactica Tula rail that you can like super glue or bolt onto the top of an AK's receiver dust cover, and it like rattles like crazy. It's a gnarly piece of equipment that honestly like nobody should be using, but it does exist. We've got a Mosin Nagant stock right there that we could swap on out. It looks like we've got a G33 at the moment. Is that one of those click-on magnifying lenses? I think it might be. And then we've got a vertical foregrip on this side that sells in Tarkov off of level 1 Peacekeeper. I can tell you that. I don't know which stock I like better, dude. I'm just building guns based on vibes and aesthetics at this point. But yeah, lots of stuff to be fixed with this game. They've got a lot of stuff to work on. Oh, we got the ACOG and everything. An MP5 40 rounder, hell yeah. And then we've also got an MP5 handguard right there. Well, see, now at this point, I'm just building guns. I'm not even playing the game seriously anymore. I'm doing that thing in Tarkov where you just like zone out for an hour. Yeah, there we go. So now we can throw that on there, get that a little bit better recoil control. We definitely want the 40 round mag, but I don't know how to get my bullets out of this magazine. I think there's a hotkey for it inside of here. Yeah, so I can eject a bullet with the V key. And that did eject the bullets out, so you got to know the hotkey. But lots of contextual menu stuff here that the game needs. So first of all, swap everything over into left-clicking to move stuff around. Then with right-click, you can bring open a contextual menu that says things like unload ammo, mount, all that kind of stuff. And so while I think the visuals of this game are super promising and I am interested in what they're offering here, the other half of it is just there's too many things with quality of life, general control schemes, and clunkiness to recommend it as it stands right now. But man, dude, if they get those things fixed and polished, I could see this being a bopper. Like, I could see this being something that's a lot of fun because the amount of love and detail that's just gone into... Oh, okay, we putting them to sleep now. The amount of love and care that's just gone into making the game look good and make it look pretty while you're playing it is something to write home about. Like, usually I'm used to every zombie game I ever play always has, like, assets, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have, like, a distinct style or anything else like that. Another thing is that the character should rotate to face the mouse reticle, no matter which. So I'm walking downwards right now, but he should be rotating as I do this right here. This is a moment to borrow from twin-stick shooters. And so hopefully they can get it smoothed out, man, because I want this to be awesome. I'm always down for another zombie apocalypse ride through the wasteland. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. You guys could go check the game out. They've got a Billy page, so I'm guessing this game is coming out of China or something like that. And so my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were playing around with a title called Wasteland Travelers. Tomorrow we'll be playing something else. I appreciate y'all stopping by. That's about all I got for you, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, folks.